Hi everyone, in this video we're going to look at how to factorise quadratics. When we come across the word factorise, it's really talking about putting things in brackets. So I've got one thing multiplied by another. We're not doing anything tricky here. We're going to go through the same process for every one of these questions. The first thing I want you to notice is if we look in front of the x squared term, in each case it's just a single x squared. There's no 2x squared there, there's no 3x squared, 4x squared, minus x squared, they're all just x squareds. Once we've got that established, we can use the same technique for all of these problems. So what we need to do is look up two things. We need to look at the value of the last term, and we want two numbers that multiply together to give us that constant at the end. And we need those two values that when we add them together, they give us the value of that x coefficient there. So we've got this adding to get the x coefficient, multiplying to get the constant, that AM thing going on there. Okay, so let's have a look at this first one then. I want two things that multiply together to give me 24, and when I add them together, give me 11. Well, if I multiply them together and I get positive 24, I know the signs are the same. If when I add them together I get a positive answer, I know they're both positive. So let's look at some combinations. I've got 1 and 24. No, they don't add to make 11. 2 and 12. No, doesn't work. I've got 3 and 8. Yeah, those ones work. 3 and 8 make 11. So we've got x with a positive 3 in the first bracket and x with a positive 8 in the second bracket. What helped there is I was systematic in picking my my factors there. I went 1, 2 and 3. Obviously I'd have gone 4 and 6 as my next one. Let's look at the next question now. I need two things that multiply together to give me 12. When I add them together, I give negative 7. Because when I multiply them together, I get a positive sign. I know the signs of our factors are going to be the same. Great. And when I add them together, I get minus 7. Well, if I get minus 7 and they're both the same, they must both be negative. So let's have a look at what we've got. We've got minus 1 and minus 12. Those add together to make minus 13. I've got minus 2 and minus 6. Those add together to give us minus 8. I've got minus 3 and minus 4. Yes, those add together to give me minus 7. So we've got x with a negative 3 and x with a negative 4. I do sometimes get asked if you can have them the other way round, say x with negative 4 and x with negative 3. And of course that's still correct as well. The order of multiplication doesn't make any difference. Now let's look at the last one. Here I've got two things that multiply together to give me minus 8. Well, the signs must be different because it's when you multiply things with different signs together that you get a negative answer. When I add them together I get positive 2. Well, if I add them together I get a positive answer. That means that the bigger number must be positive. So let's go minus 1, let's get rid of that. Minus 1 and 8, minus 2 and 4. Well, that's my answer, isn't it? So I've got x with a negative 2 and x with a positive 4. Hope you found that helpful. Do subscribe if you want more.